they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. It's no need in keeping it low-key. I can carve for the D like a turkey, or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself making a name. I put on the Jets, the coach will regret even letting them stay in the game. Team morale took a tumble. Next time be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just trying not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor stumble. I take off, poof, magic. Now watch me juke through the traffic. Footwork fantastic. Dominating every facet. Treat the pocket like plastic. Here come the blitz, pass it. Got it on smash. Put in the gas. I will not crash. Honey yard dash. Honey yard dash. Honey yard dash. Honey yard dash. Honey yard dash.
Blow your mind.
Why you do that? Like that? It's a lot of money. Why are you mad? Like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag. My bad. You ain't get too bad. My bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay. Run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back. Go your then run it back. Run it back. Hello? That's the Jag calling. Let me click over real quick to let my Jag talk it. I eat it. Ooh, Pac-Man, that's the way my neck talking. Right? I ain't never coming back the way the stress. You don't make no clap back when you backpack my bad, but I'm past that with a NASDAQ. That's cash when the money fall, I'ma slap that. Clap when the money go, you don't slap. That's facts. If the money low, I'ma grab brown man. When it come back, I'ma give back my bad. When the check hit, the direct hit. I'm glad when the check missed the direct hit. I'm sad like, who's that knocking at my window? They say that it's the money, I'm like tenfold. Over and out.
Coach, playoff football has come to the west coast of Florida, and we are at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game, as we've got a great one in store between the Minnesota Vikings and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. A former Seminole back home in Florida. It's Dalvin Cook. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On second down, it's Cook, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. To throw, Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And he's going to let it go deep. Oh, but this is going to backfire as it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Check three. Showing up.
Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Back. Leo. Ready?
Oh, now it's free. Hill fumbled it. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense.
Check out.
They start the drive with Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
I'm coming after you. Check. Fresh down. 25. Check 25. What's that?
Cousins gives way to Cook. A sizable gain there, 9 yards as they get it back to a 3rd and 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They just do get the playoff. Now Cousins. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Hey, switch gears. Shit.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Let's get it. Check 45 to the right. Double dog. That's the way. He on it. He's checking crack. Shoot. Watch the shoot.
Now Cook. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Throwing. Cousins, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. Now here's Ross. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they got across the 50 last time but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they've got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team because now your defense has to make that stand up.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
10 yards on the pickup. It's second. That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy. 30-yard line.
No score after one on EA Sports. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Now it's the backup Winston. It's caught by Mike Evans. That's good for a first down. Here's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up. Don't get nervous.
5-0, 5-0, 5-0. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist, twist.
Winston now from the 50. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Winston now. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's fourth down. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Now Winston on 4th down. And able to find Dorsett. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Hey, watch the line.
Easy. Mike, 55. Check.
Winston now to throw on first down. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and long.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback.
Jameis to throw it. And Watson has it right side. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Watch the screen. Check 31. Check 31.
On the ground, it's Cook. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
And it's third down.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. Cousins from the gun on third. And that is incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Here's Britton Colquitt now. On, we think, to punt, though he's faked it earlier, but he was unsuccessful. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one...
Philip Dorsett by himself. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Philip Dorsett, 62 yards, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Check 4.
Give to Cook out of the gun. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And let's see, the Bucs with 6 DBs, so a dime set here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. He finds an opening past the 40. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Working out of the gun. Cousins looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with.
It's just me and you.
Following the interception, Winston. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. And Gay knocks this one through. So a late turnover leads to a quick drive, and in turn that quick drive leads to 3 points.
So someone makes a mistake, but how about the other side learning from that mistake, taking care of the ball, and making sure they put some points on the board? Well done.
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on Here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Kill, kill, kill. Bang, 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 bang.
Now a first down carry by Jones. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's fourth down. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on fourth down, and they're going to go for it.
Hey, watch out. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Hey, man. Watch the boot. Watch the boot.
So that'll back them up 5. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll kick it away for the second. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker. Try
and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Cook following the penalty. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Watch the run. Watch the run. Good side, baby. That's baby side. Check. Yellow.
On 2nd and 15 now. Cousins. This is hauled in by Deontay Burnett. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 43.
And the Vikings first down.
They'll run on first down. It's Cook, and this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Check nickel.
On 2nd and 11 now. Cousins. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Check.
3rd and long for Cousins. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Ross on the return. Spinning away. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent.
And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Danielle Hunter, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
54, right there.
To try again after the sack. Winston got a man open. It's Ricky Seals-Jones. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Ricky Seals-Jones. A gain of 20 on the play. It's now 3rd down.
One quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. They have the first down with a gain of 4 yards.
And the Buccaneers first down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Jameis now on 1st down. He completes it to Evans. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. It's a big play. Winston to Evans. 56 yards.
That's another Buccaneers first down. First down.
A first down throw for Winston. He finds his target. It's Evans. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Get him. Check out read.
Protein spill. Yep.
Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because This is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, the team...
And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A 3-yard touchdown run as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Able to punch it in on third down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a fourth down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Cousins now. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty, because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is, because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game, because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score.
Hey, Charlie!
Cousins again. And he finds Cook. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 28.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
A first down run, not going to get him a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there, so that'll bring up 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. Busts through the tackle. And shedding his way forward. Fights free, and that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. So a great play there by the defense. If these guys are going to advance, and it looks like they will, this defense a big reason why. And
they love carrying the mantle for this team, don't they? You see the way that they move around out there? They want to lead this team deeper into the playoffs and hopefully onto the Super Bowl.
And that return for a touchdown certainly helps that cause. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And the lead is now 24.
Makes the score, Buccaneers 24, Vikings nothing.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
Listen to me. Hey, orbit.
36.
On 2nd and 2, Cousins. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short.
And 2 yards to go.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me. First.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Get the ball.
Here's Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devin White in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. So they stay alive in the NFL playoffs, move on to the conference championship, and do you think that the printing press is starting to get those T-shirts and hats ready, my friend?
They have to, Brandon. They have to be ready because if you win, you've got to hand those out on the field right away. And just think about the pressure for the players now. Families are going to be talking about tickets to the Super Bowl even before you play the conference championship game.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bucs are winners here as we say so long from Tampa.